Welcome back to the Listen Up podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we've got me, Nick, and Jordan. This week we're going to be taking a look at Bandana by Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, released in 2019, and it was picked by Nick. Nick, why did you choose this album?
Really, I felt bad that I hadn't picked a rap album yet, because I do enjoy rap music. I feel like it's not reflected in my... I did pick White Bronco, actually, a while back.
I was about to say, you picked White Bronco.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And I picked Yes Law by Anderson .Paak and Knowledge.
It's like you're a liar.
Yeah, so I just forgot about the
Nick Marshall,
the
known
albums
liar.
that I picked. Well, that should be the name of this episode. Scratch the album title that we usually go with. Just
right.
Episode
Nick
39,
Marshall.
Nick Marshall, liar. But are those Starburst jelly beans you have there?
They are.
Jamie?
Sorry, audio listener. I was just showing to my camera that this is like a 3 times size jelly bean.
I hate jelly beans.
Yeah, we can. Jordan and I can definitely get that from the perspective from your camera. It's very obvious that they're abnormally sized jelly beans, for sure.
It sucks that this is
Are
the
you
last
joking?
episode of this podcast.
Because those look like regular sized jelly beans, Jamie. I'm not gonna lie.
One of them was huge. What do you mean?
Jamie,
All right,
quit lying
Nick,
about the size of your
Nick.
jelly beans.
You lied about not picking rap music. So
This podcast is full. Actually, no, it's only 2/3 full of liars. We haven't exposed Jordan yet.
What to say?
But
yeah, I love indie music.
oh, okay. This
Confirmed
podcast
liar.
is
I guess that
full
makes it
of
3 out of
liars.
3. Oh god.
Yeah, this is the last episode, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
we all lie too much. We have to self-cancel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember knowing who Madlib was whenever this album came out. Not knowing a ton of his music, but knowing he had a pretty big reputation, and not really knowing much about Freddie Gibbs at all, and hearing the first few singles that they came out with, I was like, oh, I might really enjoy this whole album. And then it came out, and it got a fair amount of press. It didn't get as much as Alfredo, I don't think. Alfredo is
That's the
Freddie
new one, right?
Gibbs. Yeah, his newest album that got nominated for Best Rap Album at the Grammys. And he did that one with The Alchemist, who's just a notable producer as well. But
Was that the guy who did? No, Knowledge was Yes Lord. My bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Madlib, Knowledge, and The Alchemist are all like producers that I try and keep my eye on pretty much. Like whenever they come out with a project, I try and listen to it, just because their names are pretty big and they have interesting kind of distinct styles and things like that. But yeah, I think the lead single for this album was Giannis, the song with Anderson .Paak, and that's
it was a good song.
And that's the song that made me.
Don't you mean Giannis?
Is it based off of the basketball player? Is that why?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking also. Yeah.
Because
I know basketball.
I didn't know who he was
Not gonna-
before I looked into the lyrics of the song. But
Oh, you did it.
All I know is that
nothing
he's a basketball
about
player.
basketball.
I don't even. I think maybe the Celtics.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But that song,
As you can tell, we all really like sports a lot.
I like football.
Not saying we don't.
we're all
but,
huge sports
we're-
guys. Name a sport.
Yeah,
we'll
we're all
tell
sports
you.
ball fans.
I had 5 athletes from.
We'll tell you what ball they use.
We'll tell you.
We'll tell you what ball they use.
What kind of ball do they use in hockey?
Oh, a hockey ball. The
Hockey
Ding,
ball.
ding, ding, baby.
they use a black licorice that they just froze into a puck, and that shit does not
They just
move.
ball a bunch of fruit by the foot together and put it in the freezer. Take it out and
Fruit
they use
ball.
that. But
but no, that dude, I think Anderson .Paak kind of carried that song. Not saying Freddie Gibbs didn't do good on all his other tracks, but that song, Anderson .Paak shines.
Yeah, and that was now that we started talking about it, I think that was kind of the main reason I checked them out. I didn't know who Madlib was, but I didn't know a ton of his stuff at the time.
Oh,
and then Anderson .Paak, I remember distinctly he posted like a one of those like album posts on Instagram where you can scroll through, and there were 4 like videos of songs that he had recently been featured on, and Giannis was one of them. And I was like, oh man, I'll check that out. And I was like, nah, this is really good. And then I kept up with the rest of the single releases, and then I listened to the whole album when it came out.
Yeah, I mean that's like, you know, that's the point in having like notoriety or notable features, is to get people to come in like that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I've had some people I listen to because of features. I'm like, oh, this person I like featured, let me check them out, and then I start actually listening to them.
Mm-hmm. Who featured Pop Smoke for you to?
Rowdy Rebel 1, which apparently was in the same gang that Bobby Shmurda was, and Rowdy Rebel just got out, and apparently Bobby said Bobby could have a shorter sentence time if he would have like talked, if they would have had a longer sentence time, but they got a shorter sentence time because Bobby took a longer one with them, apparently.
We love
so Rowdy Rebel, the Rowdy Rebel, the guy I had been talking about recently. He does the feature with Pop Smoke where he did like in the jail cell. I was like, where is this guy from? Like, who like? Because you know how usually people get like popular off a song or something. I still didn't know until like today. I read that, read that Rowdy Rebel was in like the same gang that got like tied up on like whatever charges they had.
It's not about what you know; it's about who you know.
Exactly. So Bobby said, "Nah, mate, we staying in the clink for longer for my boys." And so I was like, "Oh, respect." That's how Rowdy Rebel." But he still had like songs though. I feel like he still has some decently good songs. So like, obviously he can make it on his own, but it's an odd future type beat where there's a couple people who excel really well. You know,
Odd Future, but prison.
Odd Future, but gang,
but actual gang, not comedy.
So Jordan,
they actually kill people.
Jordan, were you familiar with either Freddie Gibbs or Madlib?
Not. Maybe again, producers kind of fall underneath the radar sometimes just because of the how producers are. I know Jamie doesn't like this is a mellow beat, or axle after. Whoa, kid. Kung Fu Kid.
Some of them are good. Some of them are just like radio commercials.
Jetson made another one. No, but I know. But yeah, so I don't know if I know Madlib that much, but Freddie Gibbs, I remember when this album came out, a lot of people were posting about it. When did it come out again?
2019.
2019, yeah. I saw it on a bunch of people's stories. I just never, sometimes I listen to it, and sometimes I don't. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in that day.
I get that. Especially if I'm already listening to something, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Benjamin Booker.
But
I remember him posting about it. Previous.
What, this album?
Yeah. Previously reviewed
of Witness album. And others.
Mm-hmm.
So I know about him, but I don't know. I don't think I'd ever listened to a song that I know of. But this one, I really like the album cover though, so I almost listened to a song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I was with it. I've never, as far as I know, I've never listened to music by him, but he's definitely like, I don't know. I've just heard his name for a few years. I just never listened to things.
Yeah, me too.
So that's why it was kind of cool to finally have to.
You're welcome.
But it was good. I liked the album. So Jordan, what did you think of it?
Hated it.
Oh
no,
I
really liked it too.
You said you liked the album cover, right? So it's kind of a riff on previous like stylistic choices that they had both made on their first album. They had a previous album called Pinata, and it was like the majority of.
I've seen the.
What'd you say?
Cover for that.
Yeah,
I said I feel like I've seen the.
Yeah, the majority of it is covered in zebra stripes, and that's why there's a zebra on the front of Bandana with that little like yellow cartoon guy riding the zebra.
Yeah,
that's Madlib's like alter ego that he's he's released some albums under the name of Quasimodo, and that's what the character of Quasimodo looks like. Is that little yellow cartoon
no,
character?
Not. He's the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
And in the bottom right hand corner of the Bandana album cover is like a broken in half pinata, and that's like the symbolization of their like moving on from pinata into bandana. And apparently, I was reading on Wikipedia that they're trying to make a trilogy out of it, from pinata to bandana, and they think they're going to call their next album Montana, but they haven't like really started to record anything for it. It's just like what they've kind of set out at the moment.
That's pretty cool. There's lore.
Yeah. Mad Gibbs lore. When we get into specific songs later, I'll bring up some stuff too. You guys saw my notes list. I went surprisingly in depth for the album.
You know, if the art's offering it, why not, right?
Yeah, dig into it.
Yeah, but I also enjoyed this one. I always enjoy like just hearing that really well done, laid back West Coast, just letting it do its thing. Not not in a rush to get anywhere. You're just kind of like, you know, just vibing with it. I'm all about that. I think my dad's also he's also a West Coast sound fan.
Gotcha.
Of like hip hop and shit.
I don't know what I am. I think I'm both.
Now, you're in the angry New York.
I'm in angry New York. Blueface is West Coast. Sure. YNW Melly's Georgia.
Okay.
The Baby Charlotte.
Are you a big Baby fan?
Young Thug is Georgia also. No, I'm not. I just look like the Baby, so.
What?
Did you say you look like him?
He just dissed JoJo C. No, you know that joke that's like, this guy looks like the Baby? Uh-huh. Where like, every comment is like, oh, this guy looks like the Baby. This guy looks like the Baby. It's like, oh, hey, anybody look like, does this guy look like the Baby to you guys? But, yeah, he dissed JoJo Siwa this week. You know, I thought that was pretty.
I saw that. I was like, why? She's a
tweet?
17-year-old child.
Didn't someone tweet and say like she was taller
do you not have
than
anything
him?
better to do?
What's stopping her from beating him up or something? But I didn't know he actually said something about it. That's crazy.
How do you diss a fucking child?
Then he tweeted, "I see why you guys are all mad at me." It was like the dumbest thing. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, no, sorry. I wasn't saying. I was more just like naming rappers that were on the East Coast that I would be okay with. No, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Young Thug and Melly's Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know Young Thug.
They're both Atlanta.
Chi-Town. We got Dirk.
Dirk Bentley.
No, Lil Durk. We got Chancellor the Rapper. Kanye. Yep. Jamie, all I'm saying is I'm versed. Okay?
Mr. Worldwide.
I don't just like Chef G, Sleepy Hollow, and Pop Smoke from
my
UK. We got Lady LaShawn.
From my shallow research into Freddie Gibbs, he raps. There's a couple like ad libs where he says stuff about the Vice Lords on this album, and that's the gang that he's a part of, that he associates with.
Okay.
And I think they're based out of Chicago.
Okay. So Freddie Gibbs from Chicago?
He's from Gary, Indiana. But
yeah, I think that's not too far from Chicago.
Yeah, I think Indiana's like, pretty close to Illinois. That's probably like
he's like, should I go?
Well, yeah, Indiana's next to Illinois.
Hey, don't get on my geographical knowledge here. All right.
What else would be between them? Ohio?
I know. Yes,
maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
Jamie, we're bad at geography. Okay.
I know. East Coast, Texas, West Coast, like kind of Montana region. But
There's
the middle, huh?
Montana, Idaho. That's it. That's up there. What do you mean?
The middle is a blur, and like
it's crazy.
Great Lakes region. I don't know.
It's just a big puzzle.
I could get half of it for sure.
I could ace that shit right now.
Freddie Gibbs said, "Should I be from Chicago, Illinois, or Gary, Indiana?" And he said, "Oh, let me just be from Chicago."
He talks about Gary a lot, or I know.
Gary,
it's in Soul
where's
Right,
my Indiana?
Eastside Gary N-word, I got it tatted. So like he reps it.
He's just got a tat that's just
Gary.
Abbreviated is just Gary I-N. Gary N.
Oh, you're a big fan of SpongeBob, I see? Some dude just comes up to him.
He Gary in this game.
No, actually.
Man.
But, what else?
But, okay, so Madlib makes some good-ass beats, dude.
He does.
That jazziness that he's got in the back with freestyle shit, and like just knowing when to add in like that record static sound.
Usher ran in the 4 confessions. Pharaoh let me come through and hit when I was alone and stressed. Yeah, that's when this music shit wasn't moving, man. I said I might as well be moving things. Joey
A little pop and hiss.
That might be like that could be post added in stuff, but it could also be just like that's the record that he sampled it off of, and it's like old and crummy, so he gets the static on it like in the sample from like where he strips the audio from the record. Because I know he's a big people he's renowned for his crate digging and like finding obscure samples and like demos of old stuff on vinyl to make samples of it.
In I think it was Education, a sample from a 1993 Bollywood movie.
Yes.
That I didn't know what it was, but I was playing it at work, and one of our coworkers, she was like, that was Hindi. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, that was Hindi. They just said, like, this is the first time today I'm going to be making sense or something like that. And I was like,
okay, yeah.
Okay. And then I looked it up on IMDb, and it was straight up, it was like, yeah, this is sampled from, I don't remember what movie it was, but it was like a 1993 Bollywood film by, like, an acclaimed composer from India.
And that sample...
I was like, okay. I'd like
to gas up Madlib here a little bit, because that sample, like he needs my gas.
Right.
So Education has 3 verses, one with Mos Def. He's credited as Yasin Bey, but
okay, yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's like his actual name, or I don't know a lot about Mos Def, but I know he's like very acclaimed as a skilled rapper. Yeah. But the 3 verses are Mos Def, Black Thought, and Freddie. And do you guys know who Black Thought is?
The name sounded vaguely familiar, but once again, I don't think I've ever actually like listened to his work.
He's the main vocalist for the Roots, for like Jimmy Fallon's band.
Oh yeah, then I have.
Yeah, people say he's like an amazing rapper in his own right. He went on it's not the Breakfast Club. It's like Funk Flex in California. It's like a big renowned radio show where people go on and do freestyles. He did like a 10-minute freestyle, and on the and on the
10 minutes.
Yeah, on the Tonight Show, they like printed out everything that he said onto a scroll, and Jimmy like throws the scroll like across the stage floor, and it like just rolls. It's just crazy. But anyway,
I gotta watch that. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I watched the whole freestyle one time. It was just insane. But the Mos Def part, Madlib had been holding on to since like 2013 at the earliest. Like there's an old video of him just like playing a DJ set at some event, and like in between it they show videos of him like giving an interview, and then they show him just playing music, and he plays like the part of Education that Mos Def is in that video that was posted in 2013.
That's crazy.
And then in 2017, I think, or it was whenever Kanye dropped Ye and like the 5 other Kanye produced albums like back to back to back. He dropped an album with Nas, and there's a song on there called Bonjour that has the same sample, like the piano, like dum 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 dum, that Education has. And I was like reading comments for Education on Genius, and everyone was like, oh Madlib sampled like Bonjour, but he had the sample 4 years before Kanye came out with that song. And and they've worked together, and they've never like released stuff together, but I know for like the life of Pablo that they like did some sessions together and stuff. So I'm sure that like that Madlib probably showed him the beat, or like that. I'm sure they talked about it, and like Kanye was like, "Oh man, this is sick," and Madlib was like, "Yeah, go for it." But like it was crazy that Madlib had been holding on to that verse and that beat for 6 years. And then he dropped it with 2 more crazy verses on it. That's one of my favorite songs on the album.
Right. No, for sure.
What album again? Real quick.
Did you say what song was it?
Nick? No, what album? What album?
The Kanye one? Or what do you mean?
No, the one that he was just talking about.
Education, on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second to last song on the album.
Oh, wait, on this one? Oh, I was saying, sorry. I thought you were talking about what song did Kanye drop?
It's called
it?
Bonjour. It's by Nas, but Kanye produced the song.
Okay. Sorry. Nas is the one. I forgot what you said for a second. Okay. Because I remember he made 5, and I was like, Bonjour definitely is not on Ye. So I was trying to remember whether it was the...
Yeah.
I can never even remember the girl's name, but it was like Pusha T, Nas, what's the girl's name again?
Tiana Taylor?
Yeah, okay. I was about to say Tiana Taylor, but then I was like, what if she's not even a musician? And I just like see
making
her
up
name
a
in like
name.
public. Well, I've seen her name like on Twitter and stuff, and I'm like, I feel like I just know that name. Yeah. But what if she's like a model or something? I just like, okay, no, I think it was Tiana. That's what I was thinking. But okay. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, Education. I dug that a lot. All of the sections, how each verse ends with like the music cutting, and then they're like, education.
I don't give a fick to my mama and my kin and all of y'all, and never like this. Get free or stay sick, and that's it. And education.
Peace parishioners, onlookers and listeners, visitors, keeping the consumption conspicuous. Kids graduating from public.
Like that alone, whether or not you listen to the verses of it, you're like, yo, I gotta re-listen to this. They're saying some shit here. Mm-hmm. This matters. Yeah. What they're saying matters, especially with the sample of the in Hindi saying like this is gonna be the most sense I'm gonna make today or some shit. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, they're just talking sense the whole way through.
They're just speaking facts the whole time,
and they're good. I mean, dude, there's a lot of like really good. I didn't write down a lot of it just because I figured that more notes would be brought to the table. Mm-hmm. But another. I also wanted to mention specifically the beat of Crime Pays.
You got control to start again, do it right. Look to the sky and you will feel how to live a life that's real. Truth and perfect harmony when the spirit is
Crime pays, nigga, crime pays. Chopping up this change with cocaine in my microwave. Diamonds in my chain. Yeah, I slain, but I'm still slay.
Dude, that's what I think.
So good.
Wait, sorry, go.
It's just
it is really good.
The just like laid back dreaminess of it. You just listen to it. It's so old West Coast, like 90s West Coast.
And I love
like the beat of it. It's so good.
I love the vocals in the sample that they basically play as the chorus for the song. Like I sing along to that usually in the song instead of like I can.
There's another one.
The words to a little bit of the verses, but like it. So much of the rapping on this album is so fast and technical, and he makes so many references to like specific names that it's difficult for me to really like keep up with. So
Palmolive has kind of the same like beat. But that one's throughout like the whole thing. But there's like the like the female like wailing in the background or whatever used as like notes in the beat.
Yeah,
so cool, so good. Yeah, the hook of Crime Pays is also just super catchy.
I think
that's been in my head like all day.
I think that was the third single released for the album because I remember hearing Giannis and thinking like, "Oh, this is a great song." And then Flat Tummy Tea was the second single. And I was like, oh, this is all right. Like, I like it, but I don't love it. And then,
that one's awesome. I like that one a lot.
You do? And then
Flat Tummy Tea, yeah.
And then Crime Pays came out, and I was like, this is. I think I like this one better than Giannis. Like I didn't think I would like a song without Anderson .Paak better than a song just featuring one of my favorite R&B rap musicians. But I do.
No, but Crime Pays is. I think I was going to mention that beat also, Jamie.
It's so good.
It's just so good.
It's very like. It reminded me so much of one, and I couldn't think of what it is. I don't think it was a Good Day by Ice Cube, but it was something from like that.
Gotta say, it was a good day.
Kind of a similar
just like
vibe.
a beat that it really reminded me of.
Dude, I got Freddie Gibbs rapping reminded me of. I had to look it up, but it was Will Smith, and there's a song called "Boom Shake the Room." And he goes like, I would believe I'm gonna tell you what's up, yo. I would believe, and it's like he talks like really, really fast, and that's obviously like also West Coast rapping, kind of. I don't know. I feel like Will Smith has enough notoriety to be called like a rapper at some point. In his career.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he had a veritable success as a artist back in the like 90s.
So sometimes I think like some people are just weird and be like, no, dude, he's just an actor. Yeah. But like Childish Gambino, you can't put him in a box, bro.
Why is every black actor got a rap song?
Rap song.
I don't know. All I know is I'm the best.
I'm the best. What?
Dude.
Anyways, but yeah, so it's like Will Smith was rapping like really, really fast, kind of like just, and that's kind of what it reminded me of when Freddie Gibbs does go really fast on this. I don't even think some of the people I listen to go this fast.
Yeah, he cranks it up.
He like kicks it into another gear.
Yeah. He shifts the gear. Fuck, he disappears, son. I tell you what, this son of a bitch.
Shit, we going into overdrive right now, honey.
He said we're downshift.
You better take that muffler off. We going.
Take out them cats. Got them cats. Fuck, we straight popping.
Making some money.
Bro. So there are a lot of really like almost. Probably like half the songs have a really clean like beat switch.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It makes this album feel like so many more songs than it is. But Palmolive I think is my favorite track on here. It's so good.
I was gonna talk about that one too.
It's so good.
I figured you'd appreciate the Killer Mike feature for sure.
Yeah,
dude, the Killer
and Pusha T too. Dude, okay, Pusha T did good, I think. Also,
so Pusha T is someone who I don't really like his albums, like his own albums, but I love him featured on tracks. Like I can't think of a bad. Yeah, I cannot think of a feature where I don't like him on it. Mm-hmm. Like his Runaway feature,
it's
awesome,
just amazing.
Like he's great in this song.
I was listening.
He's got New God Flow with Kanye. I don't remember which one that's by. It's awesome. He's in Mercy. Awesome. Like he's got so many good features.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not a huge fan of like his own albums.
We should do like
it's a little weird.
Whenever I get in another rap mood to pick an album.
Not Daytona album.
Not Daytona? Are you not a Daytona fan?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I've never even listened to it. I just wanted. I thought you might say Daytona, so then I was like,
that's the only Pusha T album I've listened to all the way through. But it's got like, if you know, you know, great. The Games We Play, great.
Bro, we don't know these songs.
The cover, the cover of the album. Kanye paid like something like close to $100,000 to license. It was
so much money.
License a picture of Whitney Houston's drug-filled bathroom, and like the picture's like terrible quality. Like it's all kinds of like degraded and stuff. But he paid for it just so that they could use it because he was like, this has to be Push's album cover. This is the only thing that represents Push's music. And everyone was like, all right, sure, yeah, we'll drop
the lifestyle of the insane.
That's hilarious.
But yeah,
didn't he? Isn't that one of the albums he co-produced? That
that was the first one they released,
Summer or whatever. Yeah,
but the first two
fake
lines.
Names.
Wait, what about fake names?
Shit's so real, I gotta use fake names. And then he says the thing, like the lifestyle of the insane or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just like grappling with fame and fortune.
Shit so real, gotta use fake names. Every time I sleep, dead faces, they occupy my brain. Erica said I never changed. Lifestyles of the insane. You was like a brother to me, no other than me. Swear I would trade my life for yours. I knew you was fucking with me. Found out some niggas fuck your wife and we put them bitches to sleep. Ain't gonna say your government.
Also a good song. There's a lot of dude. That one has got a clean ass beat switch to where it's got that like flute in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about that shit. Fake names.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say real quick the palm olive. Sorry, I keep looking at it as oil. Because the palm olive at the very end, I like when it like stops and the guy comes in like kind of. It's not a record scratch, but it like the beat stops really quickly and then keeps going back and forth until it like goes all the way into that
the skit.
I know a guy in my neighborhood. He came home from work one day and caught his best friend in the hall with his wife. They had all day to go to bed.
Yeah, a little skit. But I like how he just integrates it into the music afterwards.
Is that the one that ends with the skit about the guy talking about going to jail and like?
Yeah, because he shot
he shot his wife and
he shot his like
his wife and her the guy she was cheating on him with, and then the guy says like, hell, if you'd have came Thursday, you'd have got me too.
yeah. What is it? He says, see, it's a good thing, and the guy was like, how's it a good thing? There are 2 dead bodies, and he said, if you came home Thursday, there'd have been 3. Or some shit. It's just, there's some pretty funny skits on here, but I really like, and I learned about this from T-Pab, the 40 Acres and a Mule off of All Right and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But in Freddie's verse on here, he talks about that. He says, fuck the 40 Acres and the Mule. They gave us fellas, the evils, hot pot, spoons, and needles.
Basement flow, my yeast squeaking. Revenant fan, I pledge allegiance. Undisputed. Fuck the 40 acres and the mule. They gave us niggas the eagle. Hot pot, spoons, and needles. Sold a piece of crack. The police is Mario Van.
Like making crack and heroin and shit. Okay. That's hard. That's a hard critique in 2 lines. Just such a good point made. Mm-hmm. And then I also liked in Push's verse specifically. He just talked about like the evils and hypocrisy of like the Reagan era, and then talks about how like Obama brought him to the White House even though he was a criminal or something. I don't remember the exact lines, but I was like, okay,
damn, don't let calling out Bandana.
Fuck Reagan.
I really like the first 2 lines in Push's verse where he says, real bars are the ill bars. These scars are the only real proof they couldn't kill gods.
Real bars are the ill bars. These scars are the only real proof they couldn't kill gods. My coke hand is still sketching out my memoirs.
Like referencing himself as a god.
That's good.
Hard.
Damn, son.
New God flow, fuck everyone else. That's a good song.
Has he ever been shot at?
I don't
Probably.
Know. Has he ever been shot?
I would think so.
He might have been stabbed.
He dealt
obviously.
coke.
The scars could be really.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know. Freddie Gibbs often
anybody.
gets categorized into like cocaine rap, coke rap stuff with like Pusha T, and I don't know like a ton of other coke rap artists in
coke
quotes,
rappers,
but there's a song by Gold Link called "Coke White" that Pusha T's featured on, and it's pretty good too.
I think I've heard of. Wait, what's his name?
Gold Link.
Gold Link? Yeah, I feel like I've heard like 1 or 2 songs by him.
I don't listen to a ton of Gold Link because he was supposed to perform at NC State, and then he backed out like the week of.
Yes, wait, that's what.
That was the guy like.
That's what it was.
That and he posted.
That's why the name sounded familiar.
He posted like this super like backhanded thing about like Mac Miller's death, like. I can't remember if it was like recent or if it was a year after he died or something, but Anderson .Paak commented like this phone length like comment back to Gold Link about like, this is some clown ass post you just made, man, and like just roasted him for like an entire page length. It was amazing, and in it he says like, I tried to contact you in private about this, but you will not respond to me, so I had to bring it here so everyone else can see it. And then Gold Link disabled the comments on the post, so no one can go back and see it unless.
So it handled that really well.
But
Yeah.
But enough about us. We'll talk about Bandana. We were talking about what were we talking? We were talking about Palm Olive. Yeah. We were pretty much done with it.
Yeah, it's just really good.
Mhm.
That might be my favorite song on this album.
It's up there for me.
Young man.
I used to like the last part of the album more than I did the first part. Like pretty much every song from Giannis on that takes, I would say, more of an easygoing approach, but Education isn't super easygoing. Like it doesn't have a super hard beat, but it like talks about some heavy stuff. Like
yeah, I guess it's the kind of song where like they're all saying something, but like the later half is like you can actually listen to it and understand it.
Yeah.
But I really like Flat Tummy Tea. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I like
Flat Tummy Tea.
I like how just like the breakneck harsh, like just the harshness of like the first half up until the switch up of it.
Black mummy me, I be out in these bitches stomach like flat tummy tea. Crackers come to Africa, rabbits rapper, they rummage me. America was the name of their fucking company.
Alcohol, right?
Chain give me whiplash, my neck glass. Save a little tax off the package, pay my connect fast.
It's just so fucking fast. I mean, he's saying so many words in there, and it's really cool. I really like from the hook. I like crackers came to America, or oh my god, what? Came to Africa, ravaged, raffled, and rummaged me. America was the name of the fucking company. I was like, oh shit.
And he did a Genius.
I was like, that's hard.
He did a Genius Verified video for this song where he like talks about that, and that one he has like if I remember right, he has like a pretty short explanation for it. He's like, I mean, yeah, they like they fucked our whole world up pretty much. I mean, do I need to explain that?
Yeah, exactly. There's I also like the. What's he say? He says, "I'm up in the white girl's guts like flat tummy tea or something." Like that's the other.
Yeah,
I thought that was like so funny.
Of the song, yeah.
Best reference of an MLM I've ever heard in my life. He said so in his Genius thing. He also had like, the like artist approved annotations or whatever. They're like green. Because it's like they actually do it, and he went through and did like a actual explanation of that, and he said yeah, I tried it, you know, it just made me shit for 2 weeks straight, so you know it worked as a laxative, so I guess it works. I was like, that's so funny.
What a guy. He's hilarious.
It was just interesting reading through the juxtaposition between those lines and then talking about like Americans coming and ravaging the African nations in like within 2 different lines away from each other. I thought that was so funny.
Within that same song,
he seems like, based on a lot of reviews, he seems like a really funny guy.
Yeah. Within that same song, after the beat switch, he starts talking about like you're talking about the juxtaposition of like hilarious lines with like lines confronting societal
Serious
issues. Shit. Yeah. That I think it's in that song. Yeah, he says slave movies every year, yeah, the master gonna remind us. And he's talking about like he's like,
oh shit.
Yeah, like how he was like he was like, now I don't want our history to be erased, but when 10 slave movies are coming out every year, it feels like there's a little bit of subconscious stuff going on that people are trying to reinforce some mindsets.
That's like what I've thought about like World War II movies and shit like that. I'm like, it's kind of weird. We can move on.
And in that,
it's like, do people like history?
And in that same verse, do you guys know like the Malcolm X movie that Spike Lee made with Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
If you don't, I got you. But yeah, Spike Lee, who makes like notable movies for a lot of like black cultural icons and like all kinds.
He's got the purple glasses and he's really short, right?
I think so. He's pretty good friends with Samuel L. Jackson, and like he makes a lot of like I don't think I've seen any of his movies, but he made like Black Klansman a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And he made...
Which I haven't seen, but I really want to. I still really want to see that.
He made a movie called... I think it was called The Five Bloods that Chadwick Boseman was in, and it was like one of his last movies. It's on Netflix. But anyways, he made a Malcolm X movie a while back. And Freddie Gibbs has a few lines in the second part of Flat Tummy Tea where he says, "Fuck Spike, he mostly show Malcolm on coke and white whores. Did the shit so he can get funding up from them white boys." Like, say,
yo, that's pretty good.
Like I just find it so crazy and impressive that like Freddie Gibbs like does not care what people think. No, like he's gonna speak his mind on his subjects, and like he'll justify it when people ask him about it. Like in his Genius Verified video, he was explaining the lyrics of this song, and he was like, "Yeah, this is why I wrote that." And he I know he said he wrote...
I mean, it's valid criticism.
Yeah. Do you guys know, like anything about him at all before this album?
Not really.
Freddie Gibbs? No.
So he, I think it was sometime in 2016 or 2017. He was arrested in France by Austrian police and kept in jail for, like, it was... it said on Wikipedia, I tried to find the exact amount of time, but I couldn't find it. It said on Wikipedia a number of weeks, but it was for like, it was for like, for a rape case. He was charged for like,
I might have heard about that.
Yeah. For raping someone in Austria. And after so many weeks, he got out on bail, and then he was acquitted of all of his charges. And and then he realized like, that someone that he was with, I think on tour overseas a while ago, they were the person who had some sort of relationship with the women who accused him, and he said that he didn't know, like he wasn't with them when these things went down, but they pinned accusations on him and were able to like get him like charged for it and like dodge the accusations themselves. So he's had to confront that a lot in his career now. And he said in an interview, like he wished he could make a DVD about it and just send it to people and be like, no, like that this did not happen and this is why. But of course that can't happen. Of course he has to like be a reasonable person and explain the things in his backstory and like justify like how like why he like how he didn't do those things and why he's like still pursuing this career that
that's got to be the most like infuriating thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
But why did I start talking about that? I was gonna roll that into something with the album.
No. You said do we know anything in background of Freddie
because
Gibbs
I was gonna say that he said in an interview that he wrote like 80% of the lyrics for this album while he was in prison. And and that was the explanation for why he was in prison.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
There you go. You tied it in. You tied it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really,
but also like. Oh wait, sorry, Jamie. You said you like Flat Tummy Tea a lot. Mm-hmm. I like the beat for Situations. Me too. A lot.
Yeah.
Like the little tambourine, I think it is at the beginning.
Something like.
Yeah. Representative, street niggas, I'm a representative. East Gary, I'm a representative. Rest in peace, Granny, I'm a representative. Made it through the summer with no air conditioning. Catch a shuttle around the kitchen in the winter. Just a young and thugger trying to check a million.
Actually, I don't know if it's a tambourine. I'm just that's the closest thing I can think of.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I was gonna say I like the beat a lot. I don't know if I like the lyrics as much, but I like the beat a lot.
I like the I love that skit at the end of that one. It's so fun.
That's the cussin' pastor, right?
Cussin' pastor or whatever.
I got 20 Fred, can I get it? Nigga, dang.
Fuck You Friday was such a great holiday that I thought I would extend the holiday season and let's call it I Don't Give a Shit Saturday. I don't give a shit about what you think about me. I don't give a shit about who you think I ought to be. I don't give a shit about you don't like me cussing. I don't give a shit what you like. I'm doing what is best for me. I'm doing those things that makes me happy, those things that I think are positive with me. And that's what you need to say to anyone today who comes into your life trying to bring negative shit into your life. Tell them, I don't give a shit. In fact, tell them, if you're not feeding me, financing me, or fucking me, I just don't give a shit. In fact, go out on this holiday, get you some ribs, put it on the grill, and let's call it fuck a Q. Let's have a fuck a Q holiday and not give a shit about what people have to say about you in your life. This is your morning message from the Cussing Pastor. Have a great day.
I propose that we celebrate Fuck You Friday as an international holiday every day of the week. And when it's
Fuck You Friday,
I'm gonna extend it to a Saturday, and we'll call it I Don't Give a Shit Saturday. It's so funny. Oh my god. The first time I heard it, because this album has a lot, I don't know that we mentioned it before, but it has a lot of like weird interludes and skits, and but they're not like they're separate songs. It's just like the Asian guy that they have come in a few times, and then there's like the different skits throughout the thing. It's pretty cool though. Like I don't think you don't hear that as much now, but I really like it. It helps to kind of break it up a little bit. It's pretty funny.
Just leave the.
That's all I got. I didn't have anything more on that. That's all I had.
Yeah, sorry.
The
I thought Nick was gonna be like, yeah. So also,
yeah, no one said anything. I was like, damn, there's nothing to go on.
Whenever that happens, I just enjoy looking at
wall
you guys
of silence
and just observing what's taking place. The blank stares, like.
I think I really enjoy this song.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, sorry.
The anticipation in everyone's eyes for like, okay, someone else started talking, and no one will do it.
I think one of my favorite songs on the album was Cataracts. Actually,
yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, just the. I think it has a lot of harmony in this, so it's not like just him rapping. Like he's singing in this one, and like just in the middle, there's like a bunch of harmony and kind of like softer music, which I usually.
Bitch, you in my wood up, try my shit off when you pass it, man. Wish I could put that pussy off of my pockets, I would leave with that. Hit me after your cycle, I need that pussy with no string attached. Feeling to get it, won't hit it against my religion, the nigga won't bleed for that. Lucky enough to get you a nigga with morals, you need to take heed of that. Turkey bacon, bitch, like my toast buttered on both sides. Chevy dipped in liquid cocaine, my cats but a ghost ride. Unless some people go from my company.
It usually is like a hit or miss with me whenever it talks about like softer music, like Topanga's kind of a softer one, or like LSD by A$AP Rocky's kind of a softer song that I like really enjoy, or like kind of like that trippy music. But this is not that, but it's like close-ish to it, where it's kind of like lighter music in the background, and he's just like harmonize his whole verses are just what's it called? They're just like being harmonized, so that he's not like just rapping at any point. They're all like he's like singing the whole time, which I kind of like because this whole album is him just rapping, so it was a little bit of a change of pace.
That's
anyways.
You're talking about Cataracts, right?
Yeah, Cataracts.
I think that's like Palm Olive and like Crime Pays, where like the vocals from the sample kind of go into the underlying instrumental of the verses too.
Yeah, and those are like my favorite songs on the album too. So I guess I have a thing that I like,
and I think you could almost tie that into how you really like Kanye, and Kanye has a lot of gospel inspired beats, and I couldn't name any of his beats off the top of my head that have like vocals that flow into the instrumental behind verses and things like that. But I'm sure he has songs like that. With all the gospel influences.
I could name what's the first song off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Dark Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yes, Dark Fantasy. I always forget. I'm like, it's so simple.
It is.
I forget it.
It's the one that's in the title.
I know. I'm like, is it Is it My Beautiful? No. But have you guys ever heard the sample to that song? Have I showed it to you?
I think
yet,
so.
or no?
I vaguely remember you showing that to us.
Yeah. It's like, can we get my child? Navigator to heaven. And it's just like, yeah, sorry. So I really like sampling a lot, and Madlib does a good job with that.
It's that like the
Nick, I know you already touched on it a lot, but
so much head I woke up in Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
So good. Someday
we'll tackle it.
we'll get around to that album. Someday.
Have I picked that album? Have I picked? Yeah. I picked.
Yeah,
Ye.
we
You
did.
picked
Yeah,
Ye.
yeah.
I was about to say, I think Ye was like one of my first ones that I did.
Yeah, it was on episode 12, I think.
Oh, really?
I only know that because earlier today I was going through and doing like upkeep of our back catalog, like making sure everything was like all uniform description wise and stuff. I don't just know the numbers off the top of my head. I don't know how people can do that.
It was according to my calculations.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Do I have it? What up? Oh, I thought that ending the record on like that kind of like scratch was an interesting choice.
Is there like are you talking about on Soul Right?
Yeah, like the last thing on this album is like a.
I thought it was interesting. Like,
I don't know why I wrote that down as.
I thought they would have just ended Soul Right like at the end of the last verse, but there's probably around 30 seconds of instrumental that is just like instrumental outro that feels a little tonally different than the rest of the song, to me at least. It almost sets up the album for like a replay for like going into the first song, but it doesn't.
Yeah, but then there's like that weird hard stop.
Yeah, it doesn't like. It's not like designed to be that way. Like
right.
I don't. I think the album's called Nonagon Infinity.
You got it, Nick. You got it.
By King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Oh, dude, I got no idea. That's a Dylan question.
I know that album is designed to play on replay. Like it's supposed to loop. The last song is supposed to feed into the first.
Like a really good Vine.
Yeah. Yeah. But like way longer than a Vine.
And worse.
Oh. I only know Nonagon Infinity off that album, and it's fine. It's definitely not their best. But...
King Gizzard and the Glizzard Wizard.
King Wizard and the Wizard
I'm
Wizard.
the Glizzard Wizard.
True.
I am the beast that lives
That's
inside.
Jordan, I don't think you know it, but that's my like Activision Scream name is
Wait, what is it?
Glizzy Wizard.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember you saying that now.
Yeah, we get clowned on in game chat whenever we get wins.
Oh, the Glizzy Wizard.
We got the Glizzy Wizard and the Glizzy Goblin. Glizzy Goblin. So. But I think that's my notes. I don't think I have anything else. And what about y'all?
Nick, would you like to share the last stuff that you got? Do you have a lot more? Because we could definitely.
I mean, I really don't. We really talked about my favorite songs, and I got in like the things I enjoyed about them the most. I do remember before I sat down and listened to this song for this week, I didn't like half Main, half Cocaine a whole lot, but I liked it more listening to it this week. And after
it's kind of okay to me.
Okay,
yeah.
And I think I liked it more too after I saw the music video for it is him waking up from a coma, and Eric Andre is his doctor, and is like
okay.
And at first when he wakes up, Eric Andre's like telling him like like you live in like Trump's permanent America now, and like all this all this like weird random funny stuff. And then Freddie wakes up again, and he's like actually in reality. And then they show him like shaving off his beard that he grew while he was in a coma, and he's like training and stuff, doing push-ups. And then he wears this military vest, and he's like waving.
He's
a knife
fucking
around.
Jacked, dude.
Yeah, he's so cut.
He's shredded.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But and at the end of the music video, he the guy who put him into a coma, he kills him by like blowing him up with like 5 grenades at one time. It's, just, it's a great video. There's 4 videos that came out for this album. And they're all pretty good. Crime Pays is probably my favorite one. He's like a zebra rancher. It's
Zebra rancher.
It's great.
We'll have to check that out.
But
so
final thing, Soul Right is probably one of my favorite songs on the album. Just the last song. I feel like it wraps. It
wraps it up really well.
Yeah.
Whoa, is that what you said?
Oh, whoa! You thought it wrapped up really well too? Whoa!
The last song on the album is wrapped up really well.
That's crazy.
Really well.
Whoa.
Almost like they probably thought about that. Yeah, but it kind of calms down like the intensity of education into like just him centering himself and like
he's getting his soul right.
Yeah, like knowing that, almost like it's almost to me like his message of like, this is what I'm meant for and this is what I'm gonna do because I know I can do it great, you know.
Like as the script once famously said,
don't. I don't even know what you're gonna say, but the fact that you're about to quote the script, don't do it.
No one's gonna know your name.
Standing in the Hall of Fame.
The song is not that good. I don't get why people like it. Break Even, banger.
It's debatable.
No, that's a certified hit.
Even when I was like 13 and that song came out on the radio,
I was like, "Oh shit!"
No, I still didn't get it. I was like, not feeling it.
What's the other big song that they had? For the First Time. That's a great song too. Drinking on cheap bottles of wine, shit talking up all night.
Oh yeah, I know that song. Okay.
Yeah, hit.
It's fine.
Hall of Fame, not very good.
Not great.
So with that final thought on Bandana, do we want to? Let's rate it, shall we, gents?
Sure.
Because that's our format.
True. We do rate albums at the end of every podcast.
That is what we do. So Nick, what is your rating?
I'm gonna give it,
and then Jordan, and then me. Cause...
True. I'm gonna go with a quarter rating. We're breaking it down even past the 0.5 scale. We're going with an 8.75.
Is that allowed? I don't.
Yes.
I don't know. You are the data man, but.
Oh, it rounded it to 8.
Even if it's not, let's make an exception.
You gotta extend the decimal places in the sheet.
If Nick's that confident on his rating, I say we should give it to him.
Okay, he did. Okay.
Precise.
Just saying this could lead to chaos, but okay.
We've opened up a door.
All right, Jordan. So what is your rating?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
7.5.
Ooh.
Nice. I think
the dude's flow was good, and I liked it a lot, and the beats were immaculate.
The beats were really like.
Sheesh.
That was my biggest takeaway. My biggest surprise was like how good the beats were. Like, yes. Madlib knows what he's doing.
I'm glad you guys think that like
this shit was good.
That like that confirms like my admiration of his beats, and not like, because I've been guilty in the past of knowing that critics like things and being like, oh, this is good because other people like it.
This is Oscar bait.
Mm-hmm. But knowing that you guys who didn't know really any of his music enjoy
it's good.
It makes me feel better as well.
Right, he's got some creamy beats.
Sure.
I'm going to give this a cool 8. I'm going to give it a flat 8. It was good. I will be checking it out again.
I think I will too. I think I'd give it a higher rating if I looked at it again, but anyway.
You just gave it a rating. What?
No, I'm saying like in the future, if I listened to it and got
like
more
if you had
into the
longer
album,
to appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'd give it a higher. Man, I hate
you.
It
was just funny because you said that like literally you were the last person to give it. It was a very funny position. But that brings this average to an 8.75. .08. See, Nick, look at what you've done.
Maybe it'll edge
That
out
brings
some
it
other albums.
to. Oh, maybe that brings it to 5th place between 21 and Dreamland.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, you know. The only thing above it is Dark Side of the Moon, Sound and Color, Man on the Moon, and Good Kid, Mad City. We got a lot of moons in the top.
True.
In the top 5. We're on that moon cast. Is this a waning gibbous? A waxing?
We all know you're big into
so the next
astrology,
week,
Jamie. Naming your dog after your zodiac sign.
Bro,
Yeah,
we
you
didn't.
did, bro.
I didn't name him. I was gonna. Okay. So his given name, as in what his name was when we were given him, when we adopted him, was Nick, and I was fine with leaving that. I love
Should have.
dogs named like people names. Like if you ever met a dog named Greg, that'd be the funniest shit in the world.
I'm gonna name my
I
dog
would love to have a dog
Maurice.
named Greg. That would be so funny. Oh, that's
Dude,
Tyler.
I don't think
Who?
it's.
Oh,
I don't think it's as
that's my
funny
dog.
as.
No, that's so funny.
I mean, it is kind of funny.
Yeah,
You
and
know
then
what's
Vic
even
was
funnier?
like, "No, we already know a Nick. Also, that's stupid. His name is Leo."
Agreed.
And I said, "Okay."
The Nick you know is stupid.
You know what's funnier, and also, we have to punish Jamie for
What?
his
Don't say the
extreme
seafood.
dislike.
Oh,
of
we
sea-
forgot.
No, it's
until
it's
right
because
now.
it's not good. It's not good.
Okay, wait. All
Listen,
right,
we
all
just
right,
need
let's-
to talk
let-
about it real quick.
Why don't we let Jamie announce the album?
Apparently, only like salmon. Oh yeah. Sorry.
So the
Jamie
album
announce the
for
album
next
that we'll
week.
roast it.
The album for next week is going to be Sam's Town by The Killers.
Oh,
We're gonna
okay.
take a departure from rap. We're gonna move into
Boo.
it was a toss up. It was a hard toss up between this and Hot Fuss.
Okay.
But I don't know. I felt like this would be a more interesting look at and overarching because I think it's kind of like it's a little bit of a story kind of thing, story-ish kind of thing. And we won't have to listen to people make jokes about Mr. Brightside. So
True.
there was kind of the, even though there's plenty of good songs on Hot Fuss, you know, Andy, You're a Star, Change My Mind, Believe Me, Natalie.
All these things.
There's a
that I've
lot.
done.
Jenny was a friend of mine.
I barely know.
A lot of good songs.
Mr. Brightside.
But we're gonna be listening to Sam's Town by The Killers.
Sam's Town.
Nope. But it's very good.
Sorry, I don't actually.
So do we need to get into the seafood thing? It's just okay. So
Just really
I
quickly.
got sushi yesterday, right? And I've always maintained the idea of I wish I enjoyed sushi because it looks so fun. It looks like a very fun food to eat. I've always said that. You can ask anyone. I've always said that. And me and my lovely fiance, rest her soul.
So
We went and got sushi with her. I went and got sushi with her spirit.
she had
Yes.
spiritual sushi.
So I liked it, okay? I enjoyed the sushi. And I was like, oh, this is a great moment in my life. This is a fun food. I finally got to enjoy it. I immediately get clowned on by David. Immediately. Within an hour of putting it on my story. I said, had sushi and I enjoyed it. Or she
Jamie.
or she put it on her story and said, like, you know,
You put it on your story, and there's like a message that I really couldn't tell if you were joking.
oh no,
or not.
my
I was like,
my story said, yo, this fish looked kind of weird.
yeah, I was like, why did he? I actually forgot that you didn't like seafood that much, and I was like, why is this why does this feel like an inside joke? But, I don't know what the inside.
It wasn't an
joke is.
inside
I just-
joke. It was a dumb
didn't
thought
know.
my brain had, and I thought it was
But
funny.
yeah.
Which
what
is
I
like
was
all
saying.
of
But I
my
can't believe-
stories. My captions.
So
never
you
make sense.
did like it a little bit.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. So the place we went to has like buy one get one roll. I enjoyed one.
Wait,
the other one-
Wait, Jamie.
You're Your audio got like super smashed together and just like released all at one
Jordan's
time.
did too.
It
was like,
wait, mine did too?
Oh man.
Oh my. Oh my.
But yeah,
That's
so
hilarious.
I did enjoy the sushi. I definitely liked one of them more than the other one. I don't remember what was in it. I could look on their website menu at some point and figure it out. But it was very good. I would go again. It was surprisingly filling. Like, I didn't realize how filling just like a little bit of crab and rice and shit would be. But like, I couldn't finish my plate.
Yeah.
I could only eat like half of it. I took the rest of it. It's in the fridge. But it was really good, right? So I was like, this is a great moment. I enjoyed it. And then I immediately got shit on while I'm trying to do grocery shopping by like you two and David in a group chat. David's like, wait a minute. Next thing you know, you're going to say you just don't like seafood. And I was like, well, I don't like seafood. I said, except salmon, which apparently was quite the opinion.
Yeah.
Salmon is definitely better than shrimp.
No.
Like, shrimp is the worst.
Like
shrimp is like the worm of the ocean.
Well, like
I don't know about that.
To people who are opposed to seafood, I feel like shrimp is just the easiest thing to eat. Like it barely tastes like anything,
which I've never understood.
And it's just like
it's
this meaty
so
thing.
like
it's like finger
getting
food,
punched in the mouth.
No, what?
No, it's like the ocean's taking a shit on your tongue. That's what shrimp tastes like.
Bro, that's what like scallops taste like.
Well, I've never eaten a scallop, so I don't know. Although I did enjoy oysters the one time I've had them.
That's interesting. Not liking
most
seafood,
right?
but enjoying oysters.
I don't like seafood, except I enjoyed the oysters. Like,
did you have them fried, or did you like slurp them?
No, like slurp out the shell at like a nice restaurant.
That's crazy.
When Vic was in culinary school, we went to for it was either like a half anniversary or a full anniversary. So was it 6 months? Her spirit was coming through my Ouija board. But yeah, we went and one of the appetizers or something. Somehow we got it. It was just like it was only like one each though, but it was like a small version of their like oyster plate.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'd do that again. What? Oh, hang on. I think I'm getting a message from her. What's that?
Tune in.
Yeah, he just it's coming through the radio.
Flick the spirit tuner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He just brought it out to us for us to try. It was just like a one each, and it was good. I enjoyed that, and I like salmon. I really like a well cooked salmon, not like overcooked because then it's like cat food. But like if you cook it just right, you throw a good compound butter on there. That's good.
It's
Shrimp
funny.
is not.
It's funny that you say that because I'm actually a big cat food salmon guy myself.
Oh, so you like it when so you just like microwave your salmon.
Mm-hmm. I just like put it in a cast iron pan like in the middle of the road in the summer and just like let it cook in the street.
What the fuck?
What?
You don't live in Arizona.
It gets hot enough here.
Do you like raw salmon, Jaden?
Yeah, I like raw fish, I just go in the water, just grabbing, just bite it.
Bro, you know what sushi is, right?
Some of it, yeah. Then that's
like sashimi and
yeah.
Like
I'm not about that life.
That's raw.
I'm not
salmon,
about that.
dog. Okay, I couldn't tell if you were like,
no,
no one eats raw salmon.
No. I know that's a thing, but I'm not about that.
Literally,
that's not what I had.
It's in sushi though. It's in sushi
but
too.
not what I had.
Yeah, I'm still just a
okay. I also got
I'm still just a roll sushi guy. I haven't branched out into like nigiri
or
sashimi stuff.
I enjoyed the rolls, and I would go again. And I'll try. I'll continue this journey. I'll branch out.
Mm-hmm.
But I do that like nigiri and sushi. Like that's I don't know. That's scary.
It's impressive.
Did you guys see on my story? I had a
sushi boat?
I had a sushi boat for the first time this weekend. We were like, I was with,
said, "Yarg,
with
let's
my
set
lady
sail."
friend, and I was like, they had one there, and I was like, what? Do we get this? And it was a little bit more money, but I was like, you know what? I usually just get the regular. No, I'm not.
Sushi boat, big spending.
Yeah, so it was like 18 pieces of nigiri, 14 pieces of sashimi, and like 3 rolls. It was like
holy shit.
I need
it was only like $200.
I mean, yeah, there was like it was. No, it was not $200.
I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about amount of food.
Oh no,
like,
yeah. So there was like
the rolls I got were.
Yeah, and there were like no doubles, kind of like it's weird how they do it. Like there's one, like, you know how there's rice, like a little pad of rice with like a piece of fish.
You're talking
on
about like
top.
the nigiri. Yeah,
I can't remember which ones are which right now.
Yeah,
but like,
nigiri
there
is
was
the
like an
little rice.
octopus one. Yeah, there was an octopus one. There was like probably like a yellowtail.
Yeah, that's a pretty common.
Yeah. There was like a salmon one. There was a tuna one.
Mm-hmm.
There was. I'm trying to think of other ones that there was. But then they also had like, I think sashimi is like just the meat just by itself.
Yeah.
There's like 3 pieces of octopus again. There was 3 pieces of salmon, tuna, and there's one more that I always forget because I don't know like all the fish names.
Description.
And there was 3 roll. Dude, it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, dude. I'm like I said. I mean, I'm down to like I'm branching into this venture. You know,
sushi night with the boys.
Sure. I mean, not right now. Tonight's a bell night, but you know,
tonight's a build your own box night.
But yeah, I'd be down. It was also cool because the place we went, also it was a sushi place, but they had $3 drafts on Mondays. So I had a nice red oak amber.
Heck yeah.
With my sushi.
Last time
because it was there.
Last time I ate seafood, I got a red oak. Coincidentally, I ate at a Full Moon Oyster Bar in Clemens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty good. I
live really close to that.
Yeah. There was another one that I wanted to try, but I wound up not having a second one. It was a pumpkin coffee lager or something.
I don't be doing the coffee beer. Good. No, thank you.
I love the coffee. Dude, Trophy, they have my favorite. They have a coffee stout. Oh my god, it's so good.
Not for me.
I also like milk stouts a lot too, and I know that you and Zach are not fans at all.
No,
like
no creamy beer. No.
All right. Well, I guess this concludes Sushi Talk. David really wanted us to hash that out. So, briefly, with brevity, what have you guys been listening to this week?
Nick, you go first.
Been listening to some of the Eagles. Charlie Crockett, he comes out with some retro country music. He came out with a new single called "Lessons in Depression." Great song. I got the Divine Feminine on vinyl. Finally, probably my favorite Mac Miller album. Great on vinyl. There's a dude who makes.
Do you wear the hat while you listen to it?
I actually don't think I've done that yet, but I'll definitely like make a meme out of that in the future. And I'm gonna try and get into a little bit of Daft Punk this week in honor of their split
breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Fake fan.
Nice. Dude, I saw
that.
No, it's in
respect.
One of my.
I'm not faking shit. I've only listened to their newest album.
Dude, I saw such a funny tweet. It may have been Jason Isbell. I don't remember who tweeted it, but he said Daft Punk announcing their breakup after 8 years of not making anything new is honestly aspirational. Yeah. I was like, that's funny. I was like, yeah.
To have that clout.
Jordan, what have you been listening to?
So I've been listening to. Let me pull it up. I had it right here. So I started listening to Chanel by Frank Ocean a lot, and I was like, "Bro, this song is good, bro. This song is pretty good."
Which one is
I
that
didn't
one?
know that was like
is that off Channel Orange?
It's just a single.
It's off Chanel Orange.
Oh. It's just a single.
No, yeah, it. I got booty.
Dude, I've been listening to Blonde recently for some reason. I mean, it's good. But...
I feel like I need it. I totally get why people say Frank Ocean is sad music, because I'm like, this isn't even that sad. I just feel like I should be sad.
Jamie's relationship on the
like the melodies, just like.
Let me tell I'm dirty dancing so by sad. Myself, gone off tabs, that acid. Might lose my jacket.
Yeah. Other than that, I pretty much have been listening to the same thing that I always. I every time like Tangerine or Heat Waves come on, I always listen to it. And I really actually enjoy those songs.
They're so good.
And I'm like, ooh, I still listen to songs from an album that wasn't a rap album.
Ooh, you're growing. That's what we call growth, Hunty.
Yes.
I mean, even though I kind of I liked Tokyo Drifting
Right.
before, so I guess I already got like exposed to them a little bit. But
Dude,
still,
Heat Waves
still.
is that is such a good song.
It is a really good song, and I know these are like the basic songs for all the people who actually listen to them. Like,
Nah,
this is like
fuck those
one
kind
of
of
the
people.
most
If you like it, you like
mainstream.
it. No,
Screw,
She's one of the
screw
most
gatekeepers.
mainstream songs, obviously. What?
yeah, fuck gatekeeping, man. If it's
I
a
know.
mainstream hit, it is for a reason, because it's the best. Sometimes that's why it's a hit.
I know.
Yeah, what have I been listening to? I've been listening. Okay, so I was trying to decide what album to pick. So I've been listening to The Killers, kind of for some reason. Out of like the last 3 weeks, I've just been listening to them a little bit more. I was torn between a few albums, which might be some future picks of mine. Well, will definitively be, but I don't know how far in the future. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of listened to. Ooh. Damn, my mind is blanking. I listened to Bandana, and that kind of made me want to listen to some other stuff kind of along these lines. I've been listening to a little bit more of Beauty Behind the Madness by The Weeknd. I've been listening to that a few times for some reason.
Okay.
It's really good. And that's that. So, with that, do you guys have any final thoughts before I really end it? Put this one down, take it out back.
I think I'm good,
Golden.
Dad.
All right, well then hopefully you enjoyed this week's episode of Let's Talk About That Fish.
Shut the.
But no, sincerely,
Shut it
we
down.
wanted to say thank you again for listening this week. Remember to tune in next week where we're going to be taking a look at Sam's Town by The Killers. Be sure to give it a listen or two, or 3 or 4. Have at it. So you can kind of have your own thoughts and mentally join in the discussion with us. You can also physically join in the discussion by leaving a comment on YouTube about your thoughts on this week's album/episode on YouTube. Or you can also tweet them at us. We're on Twitter at ListUpPodcast, and that account, as well as our personal handles, are going to be in the description of wherever you found this episode. We also ask that if you enjoyed this episode, or if you didn't, but really if you did enjoy it, if you wanted to leave a rating or review of wherever you found this episode, that helps us out. But for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.